So I've talked a lot about the Senate parliamentarian, this nonpartisan person who works in the Senate, who's appointed, typically serves through multiple iterations of Congress. Um, and they're there to kind of be a referee, a rules interpreter, and they decide when things meet certain criteria and can get passed certain ways. For example, they are trying to pass the big, beautiful bill, which is anything but beautiful for the American people. It's only beautiful to rich people like Donald Trump, but they're trying to pass it. And there's a lot of things that don't meet the rules for reconciliation, where they could pass it with a simple majority of 51 votes. Otherwise, they would need to get past the filibuster and have 60 votes and need Democratic support, which they don't have. Well, the parliamentarian has been refereeing that whole thing. And just today, as they are currently reading the entirety of the big, beautiful bill, all 940, 950 pages, something like that, they made a ruling on a couple of the provisions in there. And a couple of things are now out. And mostly they were exemptions for Alaska and Hawaii for the Medicaid cuts for a number of years. So they wouldn't feel the effects as soon as the rest of the states, all the other 48. And that was in there, I believe, to get Senator Murkowski, who was on the fence, to vote yes. Now, she did vote yes to bring it forward to this point, but now that that is out, there is a good chance she votes no on this bill because she has been so worried about the Medicaid cuts that would hurt her state. About 30% of Alaskans are on Medicaid, so cutting Medicaid would very much hurt her state and hurt potentially her reelection chances. Now, she's been on the outside of the Republican Party for a bit. She doesn't fully side with the MAGA movement. She did vote to impeach Donald Trump. I believe it was during his second impeachment. And there was a podcast she was on where she floated the idea of potentially becoming an independent that does caucus with Democrats. So there's no guarantee based on party affiliation that she would end up voting for the bill, especially with these cuts that are being made. We'll have to see what the final bill looks like. They are probably going to vote on it late tonight, maybe tomorrow. And we'll see where it finally shakes out. But it would still have to pass the House again because of all the changes from the House bill. And there's no guarantee it would pass the House because it only passed the House with one vote last time.